Hey love, it's Renee. I'm going to be doing your Finding Love reading. Just opening right now to see if there was, I don't think you had a message on your order. I think it was just a general finding love. Let's see. Here we go. Nope. Okay. Sweet. Let's get into it. So I'm going to be shuffling some cards. I already shuffled the Goddess Oracle. I was feeling that for you. I'm feeling that for a lot of people this week. I feel like a lot of people need that goddess energy when we come out of these full moons. It's so stressful. Also going to use the, is it what I think it is? Yes, it is. The Book of Shadows So Below Tarot deck. I love this one for its modern images when we do a Finding Love reading. I don't know why. I think it's just the modern look, and we're looking for love in the modern age. Why not have a modern card to lead the way? So first we're going to look at what a perfect partner is like for you. So we have the reverse Three of Swords, which is all about release and letting go of heartache and pain. So I feel this person's definitely going to be someone who can find that silver lining. We also have the Five of Pentacles, which is like this long journey through the darkness until we find that bright light at the end. And then the Four of Swords, which is rest and contemplation. So together, I feel they definitely tell a story. Let me try to move these over a little bit. They tell about a person who has dealt with heartache. This being the perfect partner for you. Someone who's dealt with heartache. They've dealt with probably a lot of time where they've had to be on their own. Maybe as a child they were on their own a lot, like a latchkey kid, or they always wanted siblings and never had them, or the parents moved around a lot. But there was a lot of being alone energy here. And with that, a lot of people can get really depressed. A lot of people can feel discouraged, broken, like they'll never find someone. But this energy didn't treat him like this. This energy treated him like he knew that was coming sometime down the road. He knew that it wouldn't be long. Long, it might be years, but and the length of the entire universe, if we want to go there, it's not a extreme length of time that he knew he'd be looking and waiting. But I feel that energy for him in several different ways. So I feel he can be the kind of person who can get like a rejection, like a job rejection, or a turn down to do something in particular that he really wants to do. Like, I keep getting like some kind of trip. I'm seeing like I feel like he's active. Something he really wants to do that's active. And I keep seeing like a bungee cord. I don't know if he wants to go bungee jumping, or if there's like other things you can use bungee cords for. But I do see that a lot. And I feel like he so he feels like he can, sometimes he finds out, things are not moving as smoothly as he thought they were, but that's okay, because he can just take a deep breath and know that it's all Spirit's plan or whatever his divine is, and he can keep moving forward. Keeps his focus like really on that big picture, the end result. I feel it's really important to, or I don't know if it's important to you, but I feel like it's important for you to be with someone like that. I feel like you've also been dealt some heartache and some rough edges and a lot of waiting time for different things. There's been some big roadblocks. There's been paths that you've been going down that all of a sudden feel totally washed out, and it happened in such a succession, so rapidly back to back, that it really did affect you, and it can cause you to excuse me, I need to drink a little bit more. I'm sorry, that was like super loud. I could hear it. Allergies are like messing with me really bad right now. So I feel like sometimes all you can see is like, you see that big picture in the future, but you don't know how you're going to get there. And you want to have trust and faith, but you've been kind of knocked down so many times that you really need to see the next step. So having someone like him around, I feel like this optimistic personality around you, it's going to be really helpful. And then next we go into what the perfect relationship is like for you. Don't mind my crazy hand. Okay, so we're working with 2 decks, and the first 2 cards here are the 8 of Wands from both decks. So the energy here is things that maybe it felt like nothing was going to happen, but then all of a sudden you put a little bit of energy into it, or you really manifest and work on it, and it just like comes out of nowhere, and it's speeding up with control. So I really feel like this is the beginning of the relationship that we're seeing here. I feel that the relationship is going to be one where you're not like waiting around to see where things are going, but you're able to freely speak with each other about what you want in life and what you want in a relationship. I feel like that's really cool. I also I know, we talked, and you've made a recent, spiritual change. Like you had something spiritual done. I'm not gonna say what it was, but there was a big change there, and I feel like that's going to move you from focusing on that one to really expanding what you're able to see in life and what you're able to pull into you. The Page of Wands, I feel like this is going to be a relationship that it's like a really it's like a changing factor. Obviously, like relationship wise, it's a changing factor, but I feel like in your life itself, it's a changing factor. It's that Page is like that youthful energy, and this is passion, like physical passion, artistic passion, creativity. So I feel like there's just like a lot of passion, zest for life, and excitement that's going to come out of this relationship as time goes on. I feel a lot of encouragement from both of you, for both of you. I feel like both of you, work-wise, maybe going down some paths that are not as well worn as others, and you need a lot of encouragement. And I feel you're definitely going to be there for each other, and be able to be the know the right things to say to each other, or know the right ways to encourage each other. Like when we're talking about creativity, like getting involved in creative projects together. But I am feeling like this relationship is a lot of excitement, a lot of passion, and passion doesn't always have to be physical. It can be a very mental thing, because I know we've also talked about that before. So it can be a very mental thing, and out of that, like all the speed and growth and change, there may be changes to that part of your life, what you accept in your life and what makes you feel comfortable and what doesn't make you feel comfortable. Or you may just find that passion is like really exciting, conversations by the fire at 2 in the morning. You know, it might be going on a trip together, you know. So this passion and excitement doesn't have to be traditional, regular romantic passion that people think of. Things in your life that need to change in order to attract this person to you. Or, you know, like to raise your vibrations and pull love into life. And a big one I always want to say is becoming the person that you love, loving yourself as you are. That way you only accept someone in your life who loves who you really are, and you're not like pulling in more people who want you to change. Knight of Swords, is that in the right place? Yes, the Hermits, and the Ace of Wands. So the Knight of Swords is there's, I feel like there is a, I don't know if we've talked about this. I think we have. Isn't there an educational change you are wanting to make, or a program you're trying to get into? I feel like there is a, with this card, it's like something mental, something really exciting and new that you're going for. Some kind of change here. This is what you have to do. You have to go and onto that route, because this is how you have the most faith and excitement for yourself. If I'm totally getting that wrong, like mixing you up with someone else who's changing the educational program path, you know, this is some kind of just a mental energy, some kind of change, a shift. But I feel like it's studying and learning a system, and this could totally be like a shift in spirituality, like studying more spiritual things. But I'm getting the sense it's more analytical here, more something that you're really drawn to learning. And Spirit is just like yanking on my head right now. I love it. The Hermit card, it's really something, it's a decision, it's a change you have to make alone. It's not something you're going to be alone on. You're not going to be alone on this journey. You're going to feel alone for a little bit, but it's a change you have to make. And I also feel this is very much about that release, relieving someone else from your life, opening your eyes and realizing, you know, that person's not sitting over here making some big change, but it's you. And then we have the Ace of Wands, which I feel is going a lot with that Page of Wands, and then the other Wands energy, that creative and passionate kind of energy. So here I feel like there is a hobby, an artistic quality in you. Maybe you've been silencing for a long time. You've been pushing it away, and it's time to really step into that and see where it takes you. Like, is it music? You know, is it writing, drawing? Geez, it could be like an adult coloring book, just somewhere to put your energy out. And I'm getting a sense it'd be a really good place for you to do meditation through this artistic quality, this creative change that you can make. And then I like to go into signs that you'll know when it's kind of like the time for that person to appear into your life. So what I do is I go into a little bit of quiet zone here, and I just let Spirit kind of put some visions or words, whatnot, in my mind, and I'll share them with you. And then when we're done doing that, then I'll flip a few cards and see what else it feels like. So I do like, I don't know if this, I don't think this is a real crystal ball, but I just love to spin this around. So I see the number 97 and the color purple, orange juice, Liberace, blue suede, Liverpool, 1822. Hedgehog, the animal, not the word or the cartoon or video game, but the real animal. Lioness. An octagon. So the things with signs that I pick up in these readings is they often don't make sense to anyone but you, and they won't make sense until they suddenly do. I had some local readings done on myself like probably 6 months before my grandpa died, and a lot of things that were coming up came up in that trip, including peacocks. Like, there was just this whole crazy funny thing that happened at this tiny little zoo with a peacock, with my mom and all the grandkids and this peacock, and it was just like and it was like this amazing thing. We're thinking about my grandpa during this. Anyways, I don't mean to go off into this different story, but for 6 months I was like, how the heck peacock has to do with anything? And then all of a sudden it just did. And then over Christmas this last year, like, I was getting not random gifts, but gifts from extended family and stuff, and there was peacock stuff on like almost everything. So you don't know where these things are just going to randomly start popping up, and it was a sign of definitely of things changing and becoming more amazing in my life. There was, my grandpa had been sick for a while, so that probably sounded weird, but it was his time, and it was definitely a moment where I felt like he was reaching out at that time at the zoo. So now, like, time frame, or I don't like to do time frame for these. It's more because it's more of a spiritual growth and moving forward kind of thing for you to raise vibrations and bring love into life. I do feel like you're like on a really good path. I feel like, I keep saying it, but I really feel like you made a really great decision with that cord cutting you had done this week, and really like lifting the wool off your eyes and seeing some things for what they were. And I feel like that is setting you on a great path. And then I see, like the Three of Wands here. We're like looking down the road. You're gonna have some major changes in life before you find them. So it may be like that, going to school, changing programs, moving, something here, but there's definitely a bigger picture kind of change happening. The Ten of Swords, saying goodbye, shedding, it's like shedding your skin, or like a phoenix bursting into flames. That's how this other deck has it, the phoenix bursting into flames, and I just love that one. But and changing and becoming reborn. So there are things in our lives we have to release and change and let go of. So there's going to be that major change that comes up in your life. I feel like you're really going to know it. It's not like, oh, you get a haircut, or you get a new car or something, but it's going to be a big move. And then the Queen of Cups coming up here, that's really you at the it's like this moment of feeling like your life is just as perfect as it's going to get, and you're just so happy and content. And I feel that moment, like there's going to be amazing friends in your life, and there's going to be like an amazing job, and everything's going to be moving really smoothly. And you're going to think, it doesn't really matter if someone shows up or not for me to share my life with right now. I'll find them eventually, and that's going to be right when they show up. So I did want to pull a Goddess card for you. And we have the Ostera, fertility. And when I say fertility, it's can often be fertility and pregnancy of the mind, changes, ideas that you've been filled with for a while, finally coming into fruition. So it's a perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. Springtime is any time when the light increases within your mind and in the entire system. If you feel dark, heavy, or depressed, then you can lighten up by fueling yourself with positive intentions, nutritious foods, and anything that sparks your feelings of love. Surround yourself with beautiful flowers, brighten the colors in your wardrobe and home, and draw back the curtains to let in natural light. You can paint a sunnier outlook within yourself, which will rise to all sorts of new opportunities, since like attracts alike. Feel more energized and powerful as you spruce up your inner and outer worlds, then capitalize up on this increased vigor by starting a new project that really makes your heart sing with excitement. So it's that creative energy I feel here. Your ideas are manifesting, resurrections, changes, new adventure will be successful. So definitely a time for change in your life and exciting things coming. So I definitely see that love coming up in your life, and I see that you have already been making some very good changes emotionally and spiritually to raise your vibrations and really start to show the universe that you're ready to love yourself and ready to accept only someone who will love you as much as you love yourself. So I think that's really beautiful. But that has been your Finding Love reading, and I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for coming back to my shop again. I really appreciate it, and I love getting a read for you, so thank you. All right, bye, sweetie.